Hello everyone. Today in this spoken English class we are going to learn a new lesson. And the lesson is from the grammar. So let me start with the definition of grammar. What is grammar? It is the whole system or structure or rules of a language. In order to speak correct language, certain rule is applied. Without a proper system or rule is adhered, there is no possible to provide accurate communication. So, grammar is nothing but it is a rule of a language. So, without a rule, you cannot speak correct language. So, it is very important that we start with learning grammar. Thereby, it is important for language learners to understand the rules of grammar. For example, set of grammar, tenses, past, present, and future are certain structural rules that are used for forming sentence in writing and speaking. So either in writing or speaking, certain rules are applied. So, and that rule is a grammar. So, every language learners must understand the rules of grammars. What is a verb? Verbs are the action words in a sentence that describe what the subject is doing. Along with the nouns, the verbs are the main part of a sentence, telling a story about what is taking place. In fact, without a verb, the full thoughts cannot be properly conveyed, and even the simplest sentences such as Mariel sings, have, won. Okay, so verbs are nothing but it is the words actions of what the subject is doing. That doing is a verb. So forming any sentence without the help of verbs, it cannot be made. So again, verbs plays a vital role in order to make a full sentence. Even the simplest sentence like such as Maria sings. Maria is a person, it is a noun. Next follows verbs. So verbs again is very important. Here I have few examples about the verbs. State verbs giving informations: be, have, think, like, own, etc. So I have a large family. Julia likes chocolate ice cream. So state verbs is nothing but giving information. Like I have read up now, I have a large family, right? Action verbs: kick, shout, run, climb, stand, sit, grow, etc. So I have the pictures at the side, the right side. You can have a look and where this will even help you to understand clearly. So the children are playing in a park. Who's shouting? So doing action is a verb. So I think that's clear enough to understand about verb. What is tense, right? It refers to the state verb that explains the time of the action. When do you do? Either you do this yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So locating that action of time is called tense. On the other hand, tense can be visibly called as time that relates in three dimensions. They are past, present, and future. Each of these tenses can explain an event that occurred in the past, an event that occurs in the present, or an event that will occur in the future. Example: I danced, past tense. I dance, present. And I will dance, future. So it's clear enough. Now here we start our new lesson today. So I have just mentioned what is grammar, what is verb, right? What is tense. So keep this in mind. Now we come to this new lesson. Okay, present simple. First, what we should know is the subject. Okay, we have I, we. Okay, I is a singular, the first person singular. We is first person plural. Same thing for you, these two. Same thing for he, she, it. which are third person singular, they third person plural. So these are the subjects which are again important to know, because based on this how you form the sentence. You have to form the sentence. Okay, so you cannot just make the sentence whatever comes your mind. Now we are applying the rule. At this moment we are starting applying the rules of the language, and that is grammar. Okay, so we use the present simple to talk about habits or things that happen on a regular basis. First, I want you to understand what is the meaning of present simple. It is nothing but the habits that you do or on a regular basis or regular activities. For example, you eat breakfast, you ate yesterday, you eat today, you will eat tomorrow. So action that you are doing, okay, is keep repeating every day. So basically it has to do with the regular basis, and that is the meaning for present simple. And when do you use that, you must know. So keep in mind, present simple does not limit only today. It also reflects of yesterday, today, and even tomorrow. So on one hand it's quite difficult, but as you keep practicing it, learning it, you will be able to familiar or know it. Okay, here again, I, we, you, they. Read, like, walk, live, watch, do, have. These all are what? These all are action words, right? But in this, when we use I, we, you, they, we have to read this way. I read, I like, I walk, I live, I watch, I do, I have. Same thing for we, you, and they. He, she, it. When we come to third person singular, we have to add s, okay, in these verbs. Okay, so for example, he reads, okay, he likes, he works, he lives, he watches, he does, he has, okay, he walks, she lives, it rains, etc. So I have some few pictures here put up. Okay, here I walk in a shop. My brother works in a bank. See the difference, right? When I say I, then I don't add as in this work or verb, right? I work in a shop. My brother is a third person singular, so followed by verb should be added as. So my brother works in a bank. I have, she, it, has. Okay, we also should know the spelling. Okay, not all the spellings in every word whenever you make for present simple, particularly when you come for third person singular, follows by any action word, adding s is again not the same. Okay, so here spelling pass, we have to add passes, I mean es, finished and es. Okay, watch, watches, study, so whichever the word ends with y, you have to remove y and ies, studies, try, tries. Okay, also do, does, go, goes. So these are again important to know when you deal with the present simple. I have adverb again, this is also very important. These all are adverbs. Okay, adverb means qualifying, okay, qualifies or describe about the verb. Okay, so for example, Ram sings very well. Well is adverb. Okay, so Ram sings a song, that's fine. But if you want to describe or if you want to tell something more about Ram singing, that modifying, describing is called adverb. Let us say Ram sing a song very well. Okay, so I have put up here one. Always, never, okay, or etc. go before the verb. Okay, here, so this is the example here. Sue always arrives at work early. Not Sue arrives always. Okay, I usually go to work by car, but sometimes I walk. Not I go usually. Okay, Julia never eats breakfast. Okay, now at the first part, let me tell you, whenever you start with the subject, Sue is a subject, is a person name, I also subject, Julia. And when you use these adverbs, any one of these, always, never, often, sometimes, after the subject, these verbs, this adverb should come. So I think that's clear enough. So whenever you form any sentence, either in speaking, either in writing, make sure you follow this rule. This is the way. That's why grammar is that important. That only helps us to learn, that helps us to do correctly. Okay, but always, never, etc. Go after am, is, are, was, were. So now here's slight difference here. When you use am, is, are, was, were, then this adverb will come after this am, is, are, was, were. So I have here, I am never ill, not I never am ill. They are, see, are is here, usually at home in evenings, right? It is, see, often is the adverb, is comes before often, right? Very cold here in winter. She is still in that. So I think that's clear enough. Now we have some more examples here. I like big cities. See, the earth goes round the sun. I leave work at 5:30 most days. Each July we go to Turkey for a holiday. You refuse to believe that he didn't know the car was stolen. She really enjoys traveling. The group currently consists of 5 people, but we hope to get more members soon. I think it's clear enough, the examples which are given here, right? That how we use that. Keep in mind, whenever the subject is singular, then the verbs follows by adding as. So that is the other ways. You don't have to add for plural, like I or we or they. So the children love having Jin stays with us. So children is a plural, thereby we don't add as to this love. Present simple negative sentences. So we have a positive so far. Now we come to a negative sentence. So remember, I don't like football. He doesn't like football. So I say I don't like. But when you come for third person singular, he doesn't like. So does not. Don't say he don't like. Right way of saying is he doesn't like football. Sue drinks tea, but she doesn't drink coffee. Hope you understand. He doesn't like football, but I like football. My car doesn't use much petrol, or it doesn't use much petrol. Hope you understand this clearly. I don't like washing the car. I don't do it very often. Paula doesn't usually have breakfast. Here Paula is a singular, or a third person singular. So we say doesn't usually have. We use have here because of doesn't, we have to use have. So whenever in any sentences, if there is doesn't or does followed by any word that to be used have or has, then should be have, not has. One more important thing to know. When we tell a story or joke, we often describe the main events using the present or past simple. So present simple is that important, that it is not only limited to present alone, but it's also used instead of past tense sometimes. So when you tell a story or any jokes, there will be a time that you will have to use, or you can use present simple instead of past tense. So not necessarily that you're telling a past story, so it should be always in past tense. No. So everything actually that you tell or talk depends on the context. She goes, or instead of she went up to this man, you can still say she goes up to this man and looks straight into his eyes. Instead of looked past tense, you can use a looks. So, but don't get confused with this. Eventually, as we learn together, you will be able to understand how to use, when to use. As I mentioned, the context. Context is again very important. The present simple is used to report what we have heard or what we have read. So then this newspaper article explains why unemployment has been rising so quickly. Okay, it is not just talking about this. I put up other news in this newspaper, not related to what I just read about a newspaper newspaper article that I read this sentence. But let me tell you, in any newspapers that you read, the caption, the title given. Okay, let me read in this newspaper, the Indian Express. Here, the main title, one of the main captions under this: key CBI officer says need to examine PM, Prime Minister, right? Director says not at this stage. See this sentence. Is this a past tense? No. But incident took place yesterday, let us say. But when they put up in newspaper, they will always use present simple. That's why present simple is not confined, it's not limited only to present, but it also reflects all of the past. So although the incident took place, but put up in the news, put up with the present simple. So because hope that this news should be implemented, okay, in the future. So this way of putting is where more appropriate way. So keep in mind the present simple is nothing but regular activities or habits that you do, and you must know how to use those, when to use those, okay, in any situation. So I have few things here of exercise to do. She, then we have to say she reads, right? He, think or thinking, it should be he thinks, right? It, flying, or it is flying, or it fly or flies, it flies. He danced, or he dancing or dances, he dances, obviously. Okay, she have, or she having, or she has, it is she has, right? It finishes, right? So this is easy way. And I have last few things on this. Complete the sentences to use these verbs. Boil, close like, okay, like a meat open. To speak, teach, wash. Okay, let us try this. Margaret, we have to pick up one of these, right? So Margaret, what, 4 languages. Then which one is appropriate? Which one would be right to fill in this blank? So it should be Margaret speaks, right? Margaret is singular, so we have to say speaks 4 languages, right? In pretend, the banks usually, see the banks, okay, pretend also noun, but here banks, you have to see for this one. Banks is a plural, then usually it is in the morning, then it should be in pretend, the banks usually open, right? So open is the right answer. The city museum, okay, the city museum, okay, at 5 o'clock in the evening, close, okay, the city museum is singular, so closes at 5 o'clock in the evening. 4th, Dina is a teacher, right? Then mathematics to your children, okay. She, then singular, so teaches, okay, teaches is what more appropriate. My job is very interesting, okay. A lot of people, then it should be where which one? I meet a lot of people, okay. So Peter is a singular, so he's here twice a week. So washes is what the right answer. Food is expensive. It costs, okay, C-O-S-T-S, here they add S because of singular subject. It costs a lot of money. Shoes are expensive. They cost. In this we have to have only C-O-S-T because they is plural, so they cost a lot of money. Water, okay, water boils, that should be at 100 degrees Celsius. Julia and I are good friends. I like and she likes me. So this is how for today lessons. See you for the next class. Thank you.